Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts HD stuff. Just a really awkward intro there. Last time we had a really short episode. This time I'm expecting that to be a little less of the case. Because we're gonna go to Traverse Town again apparently. No, Select World. We can go to battle level 1 star or battle level 2 stars. Little secret here. We're gonna go to battle level 1 star. And the gummy ships aren't going to be too interesting. Hopefully my commentary over them is going to be. The thing with gummy ships is there's like a couple of minutes of just gameplay. There's just time for me to banter and just talk about a couple of things real quickly before we get into a lot of cutscenes again, because that is what this game does. It does cutscenes every other fucking second. Anyhow, so I'm gonna talk about something, the first thing that comes to mind, and I am not quite sure if I should talk about this, but it has some interesting connotations, possibly. If what I assume is true, and you guys have no idea what I'm talking about because I haven't explained myself yet. That is kind of the point of this bit, because I was just one elongated. Anyhow, so a couple of months ago I bought myself a little oven because, like, I'll be able to eat pizza, and I like pizza. And surprisingly enough, I bought it mostly to eat pizza. I don't often use it for pizza. Well, I use it for pizza like probably once a week at this point. Sometimes a little more because I've got a lot of frozen pizza and no money, so I just eat a lot of pizza. Anyway, that's why I bought it, and I've been doing a lot more stuff with it lately, and it's not a great oven. It's like, it was 30 euros, I believe, and it's really small. It doesn't even fit a whole pizza. That's how small it is. I have to cut the pizza in half in order to fit it in my oven. And then I have to put in one half and then eat it, and while I'm eating the first half, I need to put in the second half, and it doesn't quite match up because I finished the first half before I am ready to eat the second half because it's still in the oven. And all things considered, it's just a little bit of an annoyance to deal with. So I would really prefer a bigger oven, that's what I'm saying. But I have gotten some baking stuff, and I've been baking a little bit in it because, quite frankly, I've been bored, and that's why I'm recording this Let's Play as well, because I've got a lot more free time on my hands, and making food is fun. Especially when it's like sweets and cake and pie, and not just dinner, because making dinner can be rather boring. That being said, if you just do it like properly and have some fun with it, it can be fun too, making dinner, that is. I think... oh, there's a green trinity. I was gonna say, I think there's a chest here, and I still think there is. But I think... well, you can't even see it if it's there. I think with a green trinity you can get that chest. Anyhow, the point of my story being, I'm already in Wonderland. That's not the point of my story, but... that looks like a weird graphical glitch. Maybe it isn't, I don't know. The point of my story being... I'm going to finish the sentence sooner or later, I swear. I made an apple pie. And it was quite horrible. I kind of got a couple of things, and when I cut it into like pieces, it just kind of fell apart. So I'm going to try and attempt that again after recording this episode, make another one. That being said, I also have made something else, something I actually googled before starting this episode because I wanted to talk about it a little bit. It doesn't have an English name because it's a very, very Dutch thing to make and to eat. It just doesn't exist outside of this country. And as a matter of fact, I think it doesn't even exist within the entire country. I'm pretty sure... wait a second, I should have done the thing with the bad. I'm pretty sure it's only in certain regions within the Netherlands where this stuff exists. So pretty much what it is you get some eggs, raw eggs. You can substitute that for different things. I made the version with melted chocolate and some... I don't even know what that would translate to in English. I think that's another one of those Dutch products. It's a little bit like custard pudding. But yeah, think about custard pudding. I'm assuming you know what that is. Right now I'm just confused as to what is like something regional and what isn't. I think custard pudding is something that's known over the entire world, or at least most of it in the Western world, right?
The Queen of Hearts presiding.
This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is... because I say so, that's why.
That is so unfair.
Well, have you anything to say in your defense?
Of course. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. You may be queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so mean.
Silence! You dare defy me?
Hey guys, we should help her out.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling? Oh, yeah. And that's against the rules.
The court finds the defendant guilty as charged for the crimes of assault and attempted theft of my heart. Off with her head!
No! Oh, please!
Hold it right there!
Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court?
Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is.
Uh-huh. It's the Heartland.
Anyway, she's not the one you're looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
Okay, so, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so, raw eggs or some melted chocolate and, I'm just gonna call it custard pudding because I think it pretty much is. And then what you do is you melt like 200 grams of butter, which is pretty much an entire stick of butter. And you throw that in there. And then a lot of sugar and some cocoa powder. You mix it until it's like all mixed together. And then you just add in a lot of biscuits. A lot of those simple dry biscuits. You throw in until it's like pretty much mostly biscuit. And then you just pour it into whatever, like, shape you want it to. You can pretty much do it in anything. And then you put it in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then the butter and the melted chocolate, if you used that, they go back hard again, so it's not just a mushy mess. And a lot of the biscuits will also absorb a lot of the moisture, especially the fat from the butter, I suppose. And that makes it something like a really overly sweet cake. Because there's no, like, dough at all in there. Well, I suppose you don't make a cake with dough. No batter in there whatsoever. It's literally just butter and sugar. But it's fucking delicious. And I added some cinnamon for flavor as well, and a little bit of vanilla stuff. So technically speaking, I could go back right now and finish this world within the next like 10 minutes. Not gonna do that probably. That being said, there's already 10 minutes gone by without me noticing pretty much. So wow, this is actually probably going to be a little bit longer than I was expecting. The nice thing is I can pretty much end this whenever I want, because I am finding these clues, but only one is required to finish this world, and well, move on and then finish it. After I go back, I have to do a mini boss fight. Well, is it a mini boss fight? It more or less is, and then after that you pretty much... Actually no, you have to do a couple more things. I'm gonna go back right now, because you need to light the candles in this room, but you need to enter it from a different position. And after that you can fight the boss fight. So that is about like 15 more minutes of work. And there's no real use in... Well, the only use in getting more clues is there's going to be a set amount of clues you have to choose from in the court because you can't examine them all. There's not enough time for that. And what is this? Blaze shot. Nice. I'm not going to use that. So if you have all the clues you can find, which is I think 5 of them, there's a good chance of you getting one of the clues you actually... I think it's talking to one of these. Yes. There's a good chance of you getting one of the clues and not one of the fake clues. And if you get one of the clues, you'll be able to fight this upcoming mini-boss with Donald and Goofy as party members. If you get one of the Queen's clues, they'll be locked up during the battle. It doesn't really make that much of a difference, all things considered. Also, it's totally random. So, Goofy got charged there because we picked him as a clue. So that means only Goofy is gonna get detained and I'll be able to use Donald in the fight, which pretty much does nothing. And the fight is against all these cards which you can't actually kill. You have to demolish this tower. Which is just a matter of getting Scan off early. Scan, I mean... I was just thinking, have I even shown you guys anything to do with Scan? But I literally just defeated a shit ton of Heartless, so yes I have. It's a matter of locking onto the tower, and when you are locked on, that's pretty... Actually, I think Goofy is in on this all. No, he's not. No, he definitely isn't. Can I... I wonder. Can I free Goofy from his prison? I can! I never tried that before. You definitely can free them. That gave me 2 levels. 2 levels. Are you fucking kidding me? That's 2 whole levels. Well, maybe it's 11 and a little bit, because 11, a level and a little bit. Because, who knows, maybe I was just literally 1 experience away from leveling up, and then it gave me enough experience for the next level as well. Possibility? For sure. Not a very likely one, in all honesty. Okay, so this allows you to do a lot of extra stuff. All optional. There's a lot of optional stuff in Wonderland, which I'm all gonna skip, because Wonderland is confusing. I like Wonderland as a concept, I don't like actually playing it, if that makes any sense. So if I didn't mention it before, which I didn't, but if you didn't see it before, top left there's a little HP bar. That's pretty much it, that's what Scan does, it shows you the HP bar. It doesn't do it when you unequip it. Which pretty much means that if you're good enough at the game, you're not gonna need it, because your own HP bar is much more important at all times than the enemy's HP bar. I mean, you can tell when the enemy is dead, and until then just continue using attacks on them. That's pretty much everything there is to it, isn't it? I am fighting a lot of enemies here. Why am I doing that? Because I feel like it, and otherwise this is gonna be another short episode. These worlds are way shorter than I remember them being. Even with cutscenes added in. I was thinking most worlds are going to be just under an hour. Turns out they're roughly about half an hour. I mean, they're gonna get longer. Especially the second set of worlds. This first set of worlds with Wonderland, Deep Jungle, and Olympus Coliseum, they're not that long. The second set of worlds tend to run a little longer. Agrabah. Now, Monstro is a rather quick one as well. Neverland is actually a rather long one, and Halloween Town can be rather long, and holy hell, I'm going to do Atlantica. I'm not going to enjoy it, but I'm going to do Atlantica, and that actually is a rather long world as well. So that video is probably going to be an hour or more. But you get I think you get a pretty good keyblade for it. And an upgrade to your magic. I think it's an upgrade to your thunder magic and a good keyblade. So I definitely do want to do Atlantica. Also, I said I'm just gonna do story and not 100%, but I'm still gonna do all the worlds except 100 Acre Wood, because fuck 100 Acre Wood. That's just mini games. That's not fun. That's a sound you guys definitely are gonna be able to hear. And I don't know what it is. I think it might be an airplane or an helicopter. Probably going to be a helicopter, actually, not an airplane. It's... Yeah, it definitely is a helicopter. There's a lot of helicopters flying over the past couple of days for some reason. I don't know why. Actually, that sounds more like a plane. I'm gonna sound really stupid if you guys can't hear any of it, because game audio and my voice, and maybe with the noise reduction will get removed. Well, that's a much lower sound than the noise from my microphone, so I don't think it's gonna get removed that well, actually. If it is, my voice is going to be absolutely annihilated by the noise reduction as well, so hopefully not. Again, we're about to face the boss here, and I wasn't paying any attention through this entire episode to the game, but we kind of just blazed through it, because when we get up there, we're going to be able to fight the boss. It's literally that easy. Just talk to the scab, and it's time for a boss fight. The shadow should be here soon. Way too soon if you ask me. This is going by very, very quickly. I personally do not like the color scheme of Final Mix version of this boss fight. I much prefer the red and black original color scheme. I don't think I've ever fought this boss with an HP bar before. Have I? I don't think I have. Because I usually get scanned way later because I don't give up the shield, I give up the staff. Because I like my defense a little bit more in normal or proud mode. It's not proud in this game yet, is it? It's beginner normal or... Actually, I think they added proud mode in the HD version or the Final Mix version. I don't know which was the first to have proud mode. I think the actual original version of the game only had 2 difficulty settings. Is that true? Maybe I'm just talking bullshit at this point. I honestly don't know. Okay, so that does fuck all damage. That's good to know. I'm very sorry. Slapshot and more MP. That's actually a very, very good level up. Holy hell. Okay, so this episode is even short. I was sure this episode was going to be longer than the last. Ends up actually being shorter. There's going to be longer episodes coming up, guys, but these worlds are just going by so goddamn quickly. It's kind of weird.
What a racket. How's a doorknob to get any sleep?
That's the first keyhole in the series sealed. It's funny because it only gets explained what a keyhole is, more or less, after Deep Jungle. And you're probably supposed to do this before Deep Jungle, I would say, because Deep Jungle is much more difficult. Power of Eyes, I got Blizzard. Okay, so to make this episode a slight bit longer, because next episode we're gonna have to go to Olympus Coliseum anyway. I'm not gonna go to Deep Jungle first. So I'm gonna go back to the gummy ship and use Blizzard to do the candle thing I didn't want to do last time. Yeah, you see that's 3 stars, so I want to do 2 stars first. Not that it's gonna matter, because again, I'm on beginner mode. So this is gonna give us a little bit of extra time in the gummy ship and then some time in Traverse Town, so we don't have to do this next time. That being said, Olympus Coliseum is gonna be rather short as well. It's just gonna be a lot of combat. Like 10 rounds of combat, I do believe, and then Cerberus. We should try to beat Cloud though, because in beginner mode, that's definitely possible. I mean, it's literally possible in every single difficulty mode, don't get me wrong, but beating Cloud is actually one of those battles where you can either win or lose as well. And I kind of want to win, because I usually end up losing against Cloud by a small margin, to be honest, but still I end up losing. And I do like ending up winning against him. And seeing as how I'm doing this in beginner mode because I'm a filthy casual, let's do this. Let's next time beat Cloud at his own game. Literally, in the games. Can I please, like, get some action on screen? Thank you very much. That took way too long. So all of these things we're picking up, by the way, are gummy blocks, which we can use to construct our own gummy ship. I might do that at some point if at some point I have a world which takes 20 minutes and there's nothing else to do. I might just spend like 10 minutes in the gummy garage building something on screen. I might just build it off screen at some points if I really want to. But I only will do that after I get a good amount of gummy blocks and I can buy some from Sid and stuff. So that'll be about halfway through the game. Until that point, apparently we just finished the mission. Up until that point, I'm just gonna remain with the default Highwind gummy ship. So now that we have Blizzard, which is on square, which is exactly what I want, we can do this, and that allows us to open this chest, which we couldn't open before. I didn't even try last time. That's a defense up. That's not even a postcard. I thought that was a postcard. Let's use the defense up. Something you should know. Defense, strength, AP up, everything, always on Sora. Unless you already have all the abilities equipped you want to have equipped. Talking about abilities, we got Slapshot. Let's equip that. Berserk on Donald, why the hell not? And Jackpot on Goofy, definitely. Rocket on Goofy, why not? Slapshot is rapidly strikes enemy ahead of you, occasionally deals critical damage. It's a pretty good ability, all things considered. So, until the next time though, it's been again a rather short episode. A little shorter than last time, I do believe, but coming up won't be a long episode either. Deep Jungle might be a little bit longer, and the episode after that is going to be Traverse Town again, and after that Agrabah, that will actually be a little bit of a longer episode. So, about a month from now you'll get a long episode. Until then, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed the video, which hopefully have, despite its length. Until the next time, I'll see you again. Bye.